Well, I spent, I'll say 21 years in public education, and you had me on a couple of years ago where I started talking about what's happening with social and emotional learning and all of that big hubbub. I'm also the executive director of a nonprofit organization called Empowered Pathways, and I am a co-founder of Free Black Thought. And my overall purpose and mission right now is to try to find and unite, I'll say 85 to 86% of all human beings in the name of liberty, because I'm seeing the political debate right now as liberty versus tyranny.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm also the host of a podcast called Reformation Radio. You can find that wherever podcasts are available. And I started that not just to add another noise, another voice of noise in the space, but to have a series of conversations that people can share with others, hopefully to explain what is happening in this present moment and what are some things that we can do.
Mm-hmm. You are a very action-focused person.
Yes. In fact, the I just uploaded an episode, and the title of it is liberty even worth fighting for? Because I'm noticing an overall lack of action from
Mhm.
quote unquote our side. So I'm also really hoping to rally the troops, get people energized and engaged, fighting for something. Because the only social movements that have ever been successful in human history are because they are fighting for something, not just fighting against.
I think you're exactly right. And I think you're a good voice to lead, to be a leader in terms of rallying people to fight for something, because you strike me as um, like a very authentic person and not a person who craves, who's doing this for the wrong reasons, who craves um, the darker side of things. You're the reluctant leader that we all need.
Thank you. Yeah, I was honestly a few years ago, I was just minding my own business, living, doing the thing of life. And I started noticing these ideas coming into my workplace and speaking out against those ideas. And really, I started noticing them around 2011.
Hmm.
And I imagined what the future was going to look like. So in 2012, I fled the country. My initial response was, I don't want to be around when this happens, when it's so obvious to everybody else. I want to take my children out of this place. So my original plan was to be chilling in West Africa right now while all this was going
Hmm.
on, minding my own business. But I am back in the United States and I'm fighting for the cause of liberty, and I'm honored to do so.
Well, I want to talk to you more. We haven't set a date yet, but I'm going to come on Reformation Radio. I want to talk to you about action and fighting for something. And yeah, I'm excited to hear more about what you're planning, and maybe we can do something together, like we've talked about. And yeah, thank you for being here today.
For sure. Thank you for asking me.
Okay, somebody in the chat, I'm just gonna put up a couple of these. Oh, actually, thank you. Two Sisters and Some Yarn is thrown, she's thrown this up here. This is where you can follow Jason on Twitter, Jason the Human, THEE Human, and empoweredpathways.org. You can also find him on Reformation Radio